1 minute to air. Oh, shoot. All right. John Ford Coley's calling in tonight as well at 7:30, apparently. He was part of a duo called England Dan and John Ford Coley in the 70s. They did I'd Really Love to See You Tonight, that song. Remember that song? They also did It's So Sad to Belong to Someone Else When the Right One Comes Along, and a lot of adult contemporary listening type of things. Yeah, actually, we usually have water, but our producer's not here tonight. She brings a whole jug.
Hey, everybody, it's Scott Travis with Judas Priest. You're listening to Rock.
I was going to say, are we going? Well, it's 7 o'clock. We're ready.
Am I playing the song right away?
No.
Hey, everybody, it's Scott Travis with Judas Priest. You're listening to Rock On Radio.
See, Claire's not here. I can dance with that. Hello, everybody. It's Sunday night at 7 p.m. We are live from Hightstown, New Jersey on COARadio.com and SocietyBitesRadio.com. This is Rock On Radio. I am your host, Danny Coleman, and I am joined in studio by engineer Art.
Good evening.
How you doing, Art?
I'm doing.
Art and I, we may have needed rehab after Thursday.
It was a rough week. Good thing they didn't serve alcohol Tuesday.
Woo, thank God. Producer Claire is busy with family duties this evening, so she is not here, but she says that she'll be listening in from another. Was that in a way? She will be listening in from a remote location. Rock On Radio is sponsored by actress Eileen Sullivan, CPA Jody Weber. I'm watching this one.
We have this random microphone that we can't figure out where.
We are also on YouTube, right, Art? Yeah, you can click on that link too if you want to watch us. Jody Weber, Eileen Sullivan, Johnny's Auto Glass by John Alberici, Zen Archer Hot Sauce by D.L. Byron, O'Connor's American Bar and Grill, East Hampton, Mount Holly, New Jersey, the official caterers of the Rock On Radio Christmas Spectacular and Rock On Radio in general. Who am I forgetting, Art? I always forget somebody. Every week. Oh, City of Angels, of course. City of Angels, NJ, which is where we are broadcasting live from. If you want to give us a call tonight, you can do so at 609-241-7103. That's 609-241-7103. Or you can follow us on Facebook, Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2, Facebook.com/Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2, the number 2, or my brand new website. We have a brand new website. You can use the quick link, which is DCROR.com, DCROR.com, or Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio.com. Either one of those will get you to the page where you can see the radio show, and our links, Crock On Chili, what else? The happy hours, the Christmas Spectacular, everything is up there. Our producer, Claire, is doing a fantastic job of putting that all together. So Art is with us in studio tonight, as I mentioned, and that is for our guest this evening, Mr. Josh Zuckerman. Yeah. And Josh has brought along with him Lou. Hello, Lou. There you go. Lou took his mic away. He can't speak to us now. He has to yell from a far distance. There
He's so funny.
We have had an interesting week. We're going to get to Josh in just a little bit, but we had our first Rock On Radio happy hour. I thought I was retiring, Art, and they yanked me out of retirement. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad they did.
That was a good happy hour.
It was mobbed. I mean, packed.
I stood later than you.
I know you did. I want to thank Jerry Brady, the new owner of the Nottingham Tavern, and Frida and Billy, the bar staff. They did a great job keeping up with that many people on a supposed off night, which is why I was there.
I don't think it's going to be an off night anymore.
I don't think so. I hope
you
not.
From 7 to 9, and then from like 9:30 to 12:30 carry you.
Yeah, with Super Dave Curtis. It was a good night. Drink specials. There was they have bar munchies and all kinds of good stuff over there. So it was a great night. Made a lot of new friends. Gave away a lot of Rock On Radio gift bags.
Yeah, I'll have to give you some stuff for the next one.
You know what? That would be great. In the gift bag, there was a Rock On Radio coffee mug, a car magnet, a bumper sticker, a pen. There was a pen and a keychain flashlight from Foxmore Chiropractic, one of the sponsors. And then the final prize of the night, we gave away an Asylum Choir t-shirt, a Rock On Radio tote bag, a coffee mug, and all the other said stuff that was in there. So it was a good night. That's going to be the first Thursday of every month, except for maybe April.
Why is that? Because you're away?
No, because I've been invited actually to go backstage at the Academy of Music in Philadelphia with the Celtic Woman.
Nice.
That great
and that
vocal,
happens to be a Thursday, I'm taking?
It's a first Thursday, yeah.
Can we just have the happy hour with that?
Why not? I'll do that. We'll set it up. That's fine with me.
We'll bring in the hologram Danny.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
There you go.
Danny Coleman, the hologram tour.
Actually, I talked with a rocker by the name of Ripper on Friday, who has toured with like Judas Priest and a bunch of and who Scott Travis did the intro from Judas Priest. And on Friday, he is going out as part of the Ronnie James Dio hologram tour. So I don't know if I'd be. I don't know. I'm firmly on the fence about that one. The jury could be out.
I know there's a Roy Orbison one that's like
Is there?
floating around. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you think?
I think anybody will do anything for $1 these days.
Do you think? Do you think that'll go over? I mean, would you pay money to see a hologram?
You know what? I'd like to see it, and then I can't answer that until I've actually witnessed it. You know?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I thought they did that with like Michael Jackson at something or
Prince.
One of the
Prince,
right?
wasn't it?
wasn't it one of the rappers too? Wasn't it like Biggie Smalls or Tupac that they did a hologram of for a couple songs? They did it. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Right? Tour from home.
Grammys are tonight too.
Are they
Mhm.
tonight? Oh wow! God, I didn't get my invite. Can
Right
you
now.
imagine that? Right now, as we speak.
know.
I can't compete on these Sundays anymore. But yeah, so
But we have Josh. They don't have Josh.
they don't. No, we have Josh Zuckerman. That's right, who is here because our scheduled guest had to back out earlier in the week. So we have Josh Zuckerman and Lou. Lou's gonna be a folk hero by the time we're done.
I know, right?
He's gonna have folk hero status.
What's the YouTube link for people to?
Actually, if they go to coaradio.com and on the right hand side, right under the listen now, you'll see the YouTube link and it'll take you right to it.
Perfect.
Oh, also in that gift bag was the Rock On Radio lube and Dunkin' Donuts gift cards.
Oh yeah, there's that.
That's right.
I sat next to one of the ladies that wanted to Dunkin' Donuts gift card.
Yeah, Frida the barmaid won actually too.
Did
won
she?
one of them. Yeah, so we did that. But
I was one number off.
were you?
Yeah.
Well, onward we go to Josh. Josh has a new CD out called Gone with the Music. And we got to hear a little bit of it live Tuesday night at Cafe Artiste.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
So that was really cool,
Thank you.
which is how you wound up here.
Yes. We've been
You're
trying.
actually the first person I thought of.
Well, we've been trying to connect for a while, so I'm really glad it worked out.
Yeah, me too. That's perfect on that. I love it when a plan comes together.
Yes.
So
Always.
Never accidents.
Well, you had called this show a month or so ago.
Yes, for my CD release
Your
party.
CD release party, right? Go for it. Tell me about the disc.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm so excited. It's my 6th album, and it's truly a dream come true for me, because when I was 14, I picked up the guitar because of Joan Jett's "I Love Rock and Roll," and everyone who knows me knows how much of a fan I am of Joan. And every time a song would come on the radio from Joan Jett or anything from any video, they would always think of me. It was cute. And so fast forward, my 6th album, I was able to record this album with my musical heroes, idols. Tommy Price is on drums, legendary drummer Tommy Price, and Gary Ryan, who was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2015 with Joan, the original bass player for Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. And I continued to be blessed and just pinch myself like every other day. I feel like, is this really like, wow, this is amazing. So it just means so much to me, especially in a world where people are not making so many physical CDs anymore. I chose to make sure that this would happen physically, because I really wanted to hold it in my hands. It's something that I needed to just be reminded all the time. So it's my 6th album, and it's 10 songs. What started out was 3 songs, and when they came and recorded the first 3, they had so much fun doing it that they said we should do more. And so of course I'm like, okay. So I'm like, let me write 7 more songs. So I actually dug into some of my music archives of songs that I really didn't finish and complete, that I thought, you know what,
now's a good time.
Now's a good time. And you know what, it's interesting, because before that I was really starting to lose my passion, and I was concerned about that. And when this thing happened for me, it just really lit a fire under my, under me. And I was really just, the songs came to me so organically, and it was just beautiful, and it just was awesome. So we recorded the rest of the songs, so full 10 songs on the CD. And and it just seems to keep getting better, because, after that experience, of course, I'm completely blessed, overly blessed. I do a CD release party. I invite them. They end up coming to the show.
Oh, wow.
And they also agreed to come on stage and perform 5 songs. So that was another thing that I'm like, wow, I get to perform with these people. So now, fast forward, I'm doing a show next Saturday, and those guys are actually performing the entire show.
No way.
It's just,
where's the show?
At the Saint in Asbury Park.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
9 o'clock is what time I go on, or we go on. And the Dirty Shine is opening up, and then at 7:30, and or 8 o'clock. I think doors open at 7:30. And then Christine Martucci, a good friend of mine, she is closing the show at 10:30.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's going to be a night filled
Josh
with
and the
some
Black
great.
That's great. Oh, before I go any further, there's something I forgot to mention at the opening of the show. Legendary recording artist and the other half of England Dan and John Ford Coley. John Ford Coley is scheduled to call the program very shortly, in about 15 minutes.
Oh, nice.
I am also going to have a pair of tickets to see him at the Sellersville Theater in Sellersville, PA, February 22nd. So we'll be giving them away. If you're listening and you want to just do me a favor and put a message in the Facebook event, let's say, we'll go that route. Facebook event, or Facebook event. We'll just put JFC. That's it. And I will randomly pick, I'll write down all the people who respond, and I'll randomly pick a winner for those tickets. How's that?
Nice.
Now, hopefully somebody will respond. I know it's kind of a last minute thing, but in Sellersville, Pennsylvania, the Sellersville Theater, February 22nd, John Ford Coley. So, I forgot to mention that. I just got the email right before we went on.
Just got the reminder.
So you said a couple things in that opening statement there. You're afraid you were starting to lose your passion. Why?
Well, I mean, I've been doing this for 30 years. So I mean, I one thing about art and music and being able to write music, for me, it was like something that that either came to me. I couldn't force myself to do it, and I think that for a while after you continue to try and try, and then um, not sure sometimes, and this maybe this any artists out there that maybe you've gone through this as well, where you're just not sure, like you love to do what you're doing, but you're just not sure if it's going to take you to where you want it to take you, so to speak. So I don't know. There were times when I'm just like, do I really want to continue to put out CDs and and not really sure where it's going to take me, so to speak. I guess if I want to somewhat have it be parallel to a restaurant owner that's passionate about making pizza. I mean, he can make as many pizzas as he wants and stuff, but if people are not going to show up and eat the pizza, it can be discouraging for the person for a while, and not only discouraging, but also, financially not feasible to continue to keep his business open. So that kind of thing, I mean, luckily I do have other things and, and stuff like that, but, and again, this is just coming from me. Other artists, I totally admire those that just do it and they live for their art and that's all they do. That's wonderful. But for me, I was just coming to a crossroads where I just wasn't sure if do I put another CD out? I mean, I knew I would never like quit completely, never. I knew it's a part of me. I mean, it's like, it's a part of my body, you can't like, unless I cut off my arm, So, I mean, for me, it was just, I knew it was a part of me. I just wasn't sure how I wanted to continue it, so for me, that was where I was just like, I'm not sure. I just don't know. Do I continue to write music? Do I just maybe put out one song once in a while and just see where that takes me? And then this happened. And I was like, and of course, meeting Lou, I mean, it just came out the right time because, for me, I mean, with anyone, it takes, what do they say? It takes a village to
raise a
to raise a child,
To raise an idiot.
And I don't know. For me, it's just you can't do it by yourself. You do need people behind you. So I was very fortunate to meet Lou, and and he was just so passionate about the music and whatnot. And so whenever I'd get a little down or I'm not sure, he would push me. So that's what I need at times, and I think it's good.
We all
So
need a pusher.
definitely, absolutely.
We do. Actually, that was one of the New Jersey Devils, I believe, had a hockey coach by the name of Jim Schoenfeld, who was a big, burly, redheaded defenseman for the Buffalo Sabres. I believe that was his quote about the referee one night. A village called, they're looking for their idiot. But that's why that came to mind for me. No, but you know what? You're 100% correct, because I'm a musician myself. And, I allowed life to get in the way, and I allowed my dream of being a professional musician to be compromised by other people. And not that they did it on purpose or that they did it with any kind of malice, but you do things, you try to accommodate what certain people think you should be. In my case, I was 18. I got out of high school. I did not want to go to college. I was done with school. And my mom and dad looked at me and they were like, "That's great. What do you want to do?" "I want to be a musician." "All right, well, what are you going to fall back on? You need a job. Get a job or go to school."
Mhm.
Hey, thanks for that support. But they did it because they didn't want me, you're going to have bills to pay. You need this, you need that. You're going to need to make a living. You need
Right.
security. And that was and I wound up accommodating that wish of theirs, got a job, still kept playing music. But when I had a job and then I had a car payment, then I had bills, and then I had, music just kept taking up. It was 100% in my heart, but it was, slipped down to like 20-30% in my life.
Mhm.
And I allowed life to get in the way. And I think as I'm older now, even with this radio show, in April, we're celebrating 10 years.
Congratulations.
And thank
That's
you very
awesome.
much. Yeah, 10 years of this radio show. And we're having a celebration at the Asbury Hotel on Wednesday, April 24th. And, there have been many times, even recently, where I thought, why am I doing it? Does anybody really care? And then we get a call like we got from Kevin John Allen last week, and it's like, yeah.
Well, this is what I've come to realize, in getting older, and just also just my whole shift of the way I think now differently is that you never know who you're impacting out there.
Exactly.
You never know. And also the bottom line is that, are you impacting yourself? Because when you're doing it only just for the, you have to love what you're doing. And for me, like, that's the thing, is when I change my focus on doing it because it's a part of me, it's who I am, and I have to do it, then it's just changed my direction and my focus now. So I think differently now, which is, thank God, because before, when I was losing my passion, it was difficult, but this all came back, and it really helped me to just really stay focused on never knowing who you're going to impact out there,
No, it's true.
And I have many stories. I mean, I could tell you a really amazing story here. For example, so when I had a manager, he booked me at this place in New York City, and it was on a school night for me because I'm also a teacher, and I was complaining about it. I'm like, I wasn't getting paid. I was just doing a couple songs, but he thought it would be good promotion. So I went anyway, kind of with a sour face, and did it anyway. So then the response was so good that 6 months later they contacted me and actually asked me if I would be interested in being the musical director for this show that they're putting on for this man named David Mixner. And so I was like, okay, well, that sounds interesting. Sure, why not? So I did. I met up with them, and come to find out, when I was doing the show, that he knows a lot of big people, famous people. And so one of them was Desmond Child, who was my complete hero songwriter growing up as well. So for me, I was like, Desmond Child is going to be here. So I was performing, and Desmond Child was in the audience. And again, it got better. So then Desmond Child invites me to his home for dinner. So afterwards, I got to spend an evening with Desmond Child at his home, and all of this would never have happened if I didn't do that little promotion.
Not taking the gig.
Exactly. So that was a huge eye opener for me. It's just like, you just never know. Trust the universe. Trust in the universe.
How many times have I said it, Art, on this program, that you never know who is in the audience. You never know what. That's why every time you go up there, whether you go with a sour face or not, you have to perform like you're performing in front of 20,000 people.
Right.
And it's true, because you never know who is sitting out there. And case in point, you just brought another, drove another point home. If you're just tuning in, this is Rock on Radio. I am Danny Coleman. The number to call tonight is 609-241-7103. If you'd like to give us a call, you can do so. And we will gladly take all questions, comments, and the whatnot. We are here with Josh Zuckerman, his new CD, Gone with the Music. I also forgot, if you want to follow us on Twitter or Instagram, it's at Rock on Radio, all one word, all capital letters. I'm kind of all over the place tonight. See what happens when I sit in a parking lot for an additional 10 minutes?
That's it.
But you have your coffee.
But I have my coffee. That's it. That was perfect. Okay, so you put this. Well, how did you get in touch with these two black hearts?
Okay, so this is another thing that was. So once again, I've been really focused again on just my thinking, deservability, all that kind of stuff, right? So in doing that, I was just surfing through Facebook, a whole bunch of Facebook, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts fan pages. And one of them was liked by Wife of Rockstar. So I was intrigued. I'm like, oh, who's this? So I clicked on it and saw all these photos of this beautiful woman with Tommy Price. So of course I put two and two together. I'm like, this must be Tommy's wife. So I clicked on her page, and then I private messaged her. And I just said, I don't know if this is a crazy request, but I've always had a dream of having your husband play drums on one of my songs one day. And she wrote back and she said, it's not crazy at all. Where do you live? Blah, 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 you know? So so then I was like, oh my God. So I messaged her back and of course I told her, and then I sent her my songs, some links from older videos. And, I didn't hear back for a while. So then but I was proud of myself. I was like, okay, you know what? Good for you. I did it. I tried it. I tried. So then later on, I reached out again because then I thought, hey, you know what? People are busy. Why not try again? So I did. And she wrote back and she's like, oh, thank you so much, for, reminding me, send me your stuff again. So I did. And she responded back not too long after and said, Tommy listened to your stuff and he really digs it. He likes it. He's willing to do it. So, oh my God. So at that same time, around the time, so it's interesting with Gary, I found out that because he was like my favorite bass player growing up. I just thought he was the coolest person. And I remember, let's see, it was I did some research and I found that he was also a teacher. So he left the Black Arts in 1986, but then he was a teacher. So I was like, oh my God, that's really cool. So like we have something in common. So I reached out to him. I didn't hear anything back at first, I think. And then and it was around the time when he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He accepted a friend request and I reached out and he did reach back and and he thought I was just some kid on the couch writing songs and he's like, sure, I'll help you. I was like, yeah. So I sent him my stuff and then he wrote back and he was really impressed. He's like, you don't need me. You're a pro. What do you, So again, here's this guy that I looked up to when I was a kid saying all these great things, I'm like, this is amazing. And then what the cool thing was that Tommy and Gary didn't really know that they were going to be on the album together. So like they both like said yes without even knowing that they're both going to be on it together. And then finding out that they're both going to be together was even an extra bonus.
And that they got along.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. And they're like
no animosity.
No, my gosh, not at all. And then yeah, so I mean Tommy, in fact, Tommy's words was like, oh my God, Gary's like one of my favorite bass players. I'm so stoked about this. It was great. So, we got together, we did 3 songs and had so much fun. At the end of it, we actually jammed on I Love Rock and Roll, and that was like a dream come true. I was like, oh my God, this is great. So yeah, I mean, and then like I said, I thanked him. I said, thank you so much for making a 14-year-old dream come true. And and they both responded again, like they were like, this was so much fun, we should do more. Tommy liked the studio, he liked the vibe, he felt good, he liked the songs, and so went back in the studio and recorded 7 more songs.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Where'd you record it?
At Jankland Studios.
Oh,
Steve Jankowski. Yeah.
Steve
And another cool story too. I have to tell you again how the universe works in mysterious ways. So originally Gary lives in Pennsylvania, so he lives far. And so originally Gary was just going to do it remotely through his computer kind of thing, whatever. Send in the tracks. He was going to do it like that. So what happened was the original date was scheduled, and that was the plan. Tommy was going to do it. Gary was going to do it from Pennsylvania, kind of thing. It was a snowstorm the one day, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like what?" So again, Lou's like, just trust, kind of thing, and I was just like, oh. And then the next, so we scheduled it for the following week or something like that, or maybe a couple weeks after, and it happened to be that Gary was like, "Wait, let me check my calendar. I'm actually free. In fact, I'll even pick up Tommy for you." So I'm like, oh my God. So it was just like, it was meant to be, where we all got to be in the same room together. And again, I think it just felt really, really nice. And it just was like, it came at a perfect time, I think for all of us, just included, which was nice. And I mean, for Gary and Tommy to be willing to perform a whole show, I mean, that's
for you, a relative stranger.
Yeah, I mean, it really, and I think it's safe to say that, like, I can really say that they're like friends now. I mean, Gary's such a great guy, and Tommy, just great people, and just so down to earth. And and it's interesting because I've actually had some of Joan Jett's fans now because they're big fans of
Right.
Gary and Tommy, so they've actually been excited about my project and whatnot, and so it's just been really, really cool.
Maybe we should look into some Joan Jett, because we got connections there too. Hal Seltzer is the current bass player.
Ricky Bird might be showing
Ricky
up
Bird.
at the same.
That's right.
I love Ricky too, and Hal is awesome.
Yep. So yeah,
Hal actually wrote me He's on tour with Joan in
with
Australia
Joan right now. Yeah.
and he actually wrote, because I gave him the link to the CD, and he actually took the time to listen.
Nice.
Because first of all,
nope. Hello. Welcome to Rock On Radio. Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Who's this?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Talk away.
Okay, cool. How you guys doing?
Oh, John, how are you, sir?
Pretty good. What's going on with you guys?
I'm in studio here with Josh Zuckerman and a man that's like Sting. He goes by Lou.
So it's like, are you talking about like bowling or something, or
No,
racquetball clinics?
we're talking about the Grammys we're not watching.
Oh, good idea.
So what's going on, John? You got a big show coming up at the Sellersville Theater.
I do. You know, I've heard about the Sellersville Theater for years. Never had the opportunity to play it. Came up, by golly, there we are.
See that? Fantastic. And that's coming up February 22nd in Sellersville, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Now you're
looking forward to that one.
go ahead. You're still out on the road supporting your last disc, Eclectic.
Right? That's a new CD.
The new CD.
It's a bunch of Lithuanian disco polka songs with strong backbeat on 5 and 7, like Turkish music. You know, I'm progressive.
Progressive. Oh gosh. So now it's a double CD too, correct?
It is, yes. As a matter of fact, all the songs on that CD are brand new. You haven't heard any of them. And they're a collection of songs that I've written from about 1983 until about 2017.
Yeah, and I remember you telling me that it was a very large span of years in between. So what made you compile them all into that one disc or double disc?
You know, for years I've had these songs, and you know, by and large, man, most people kind of under the impression that after you are no longer on the radio or you're not in the public eye, that you're pretty much a ghost and that's it, and you're not doing anything. And but if you're a musician, you're always writing, you're always playing, you're just not in the public eye. So I've had these songs for a long time. I never knew anything would ever happen with them, but I just wanted to put them into the disc and kind of put them out there. Not trying to get radio play, not trying to pull the slot machine handle anymore. Just kind of sell them at the concerts and enjoy myself with them.
Well, that's what music's all about. I mean, you've had so much commercial success, you know, years ago with England Dan, and you know, even now, you can pretty much tour whenever you want, but you choose just to keep it kind of, you're kind of on the lowdown with the touring, right? Only on weekends or occasional weekdays?
Pretty much weekends now, because, you know, going out for 6 weeks or 2 months at a time just really doesn't thrill me the way that it used to. As a matter of fact, it's kind of nice to be home for a couple of days, you know, and see everyone and you know, take out the trash and stuff like most husbands are relegated to, you know. So
you don't have people to do that for you?
That's the reason I'd want to go on tour. So I would have.
As a matter of fact, coming home off the road was probably the most sobering experience when, again, you walk in, you go, yeah, this happened, that happened, yeah, that's so we did such and such, and they go, that's great, honey. You take the trash out. And you go, okay.
Welcome.
I mean, I'm not Bill Murray, you know. That's great, honey. There's just under the sink there, you know. So
welcome home. Oh gosh. So who
help me move this chair in the living room, you know?
Now, when you do this show at the Sellersville Theater, you have a Jersey connection with our good friends the Criers. As your band on stage. It's a rare band show for you, right? You play more solo than you do with a band behind you these days.
I do. I mean, I like playing with the Criers. They're really a good band and nice people, and we laugh a lot. As a matter of fact, I was on kind of a cruise with those guys one time. And so we would play for 20, 30 minutes and then wouldn't play again until the end of the evening when we were coming back in. And my wife went with me on this one time, and she said, "Is that all you guys do?" And I said, "You mean as far as playing?" She said, "No, when you're not playing, you just sit there and tell joke after joke after joke after joke after joke. Is that all you do?" I said, "Yeah, pretty much." You know,
Yeah, they're a great group. They're a great group of guys, Joe and Bell, and those guys. They're just fantastic people, and
yeah.
you know, they've been guests of this radio program before on a couple of occasions. The Criers.
Right? Yeah, they're really good guys to play with, and like I said, I enjoy being around them. Very seldom do I play with the band any longer. By and large, I just play acoustically, piano, and guitar. It's a lot easier for me because, again, you know, if somebody says, "Hey, can you play such and such song that you and Dan did?" I don't have to turn around and look at the band and go, "Yeah, you guys don't know it." "No, I'm sorry, we can't play it." You know, if I'm up there by myself, I can go, "Sure, and it's just fun.
Well, when you do go out on tour, do you find that people are just as receptive to your solo music as they are to the days of when you were with England Dan?
Yeah, you know, because the thing is that when I play, I still go down memory lane with everyone because I know darn good and well they come there to do that and to hear those old songs. So I definitely don't have any problem playing them all at all. I play a couple of songs that are a little bit deeper into the records that Dan and I did, something like "Soldier in the Rain" or "All the Way Home," just because, again, you know, they were part of our history as well. And but then I might play a couple of songs off the eclectic CD. I don't play many because people really didn't come there to hear a lot of new songs. So you just kind of take them down memory lane like that.
Yeah, give me enough to keep them satiated.
But you know, the thing is that we laugh and we joke an awful lot. I tell a lot of stories. About halfway through the show, people finally figure out, "Hey, you know, that guy's got a really dry sense of humor." And so they laugh at the things, and we talk about the books, and it kind of gives people an opportunity to have a very intimate evening as opposed to just playing song after song after song. Because my attitude is anybody can do that, but it takes a little bit more for them to be entertained.
I think you're right because I did a gig one time. I shouldn't say a gig. I did 3 or 4 songs. I was asked to do 3 or 4 songs with Al Stewart. And he is very much the same way. He tells a lot of stories and talks, and the audience just ate it up. You know, they loved it. So,
and most people don't realize that Al is a Russian history freak.
Yes,
he can tell you all kinds of things about that. Plus, he's a wine connoisseur. I was in Minnesota with him one night. We were doing we played a show. And then afterwards, he was at the bar sitting there, and one of the guys said, "I don't know, what do you think's in this wine?" And Al said, "Well, it says that it's a Merlot, but it's got this in it. It's kind of got that in it too." And they asked the bartender, and he said, "How did you know that?" And Al said, "Well, you know, I studied wine for a long time." The guy says, "It's got all those things in it. It's just nobody else ever knows."
yeah, and like you said, wine and history. He is a well-educated and well-versed man, Al Stewart.
Yes,
and like him, you've got tons of stories too, I'm sure, that you share. Hey, John, my guest tonight is recording artist Josh Zuckerman. And he just put out a great new disc called "Gone with the Music." Any advice for this man?
Me? You want advice from me? Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah,
why not?
With a name like Zuckerman, I would capitalize on that. First of all, I mean, what kind of music do you do?
It's pop rock.
Pop rock. I'm telling you, man, this Lithuanian disco polka is the new way to go. Jump in and get on the headline of that, man, and you'll be in like Flint. I guarantee.
Lithuanian disco polka.
Is it acoustic? Is it with the bands or?
It's with a band, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you play? Do you play an instrument?
Yes, I play guitar and I play violin, and I also play. I write the music and sing.
How do you incorporate the violin into your music?
Well, just sometimes a melody here or there that I hear that would be conducive for a violin. I'll put it in. I don't really lead play as far as the violin goes. It's more of a melodic, part in the song that I feel
Flavor.
like some flavor to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's more like sweetening that you use the violin on.
What was that?
It's more like sweetening that you use the violin in.
Yes.
Little lines in it. I tell you what, man, that violin is unique. A lot of people are unable to play those things anymore, especially in pop rock, because they just simply don't know how. There was a lot of great groups, Sean Palte and people like that were able to really incorporate the violin in, guys in Kansas. And it's a very unique instrument, and people really like it. And I would suggest you might even incorporate it in even more. I know that Seals and Crofts, when they used to play, Jimmy Seals was a champion violin player down in Texas, more fiddle. And at the end of the night, after they came on their encore, they would do all these old country kinds of things like Grand Don't You Dog Bite and, Arkansas Traveler and things like that. And the audience ate it up, man. They were dancing and screaming and knee-high, and it just really put a cap on the night. So you might think about something like that because, again, like I said, very, very few people incorporate that instrument now. The last time I saw anybody use it was, what's his name, Josh Isbell's wife, Amanda Shires. And I would sit there and just go, man, that's so great. That's so unique. So I would encourage you to incorporate that even more.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'll bet you didn't expect to get advice from John Ford Coley when you came on this program.
You never know.
I will tell you this much. I was asked to give advice one time before, and I discovered that here in Nashville, getting advice from me and having exact change will get you on any bus in Nashville. So
I like that. I'll definitely use that for next time I'm in Nashville.
There you go. All right, John. Again, what are your websites, John? How do we find your music? How do we get the album? How do we get eclectic?
It's under the brutally handsome and humble John Ford Coley. I'm kidding. It's under johnfordcoley.com.
Okay, great. And once again, you're at the Sellersville Theater, February 22nd in Sellersville, PA. John Ford Coley with the Criers opening, and then they're doing double duty as your band that night. So that's fantastic.
And you guys keep playing more music too, man. It's nice to have people going out and playing a lot. Love to hear that.
That's what we're trying for, John. John, thank you so much for calling Rock On Radio. I greatly appreciate it, my friend. I sent the links to John. Your article is up online. I hope you will approve.
That sounds good.
And I hope you called this program before you read it, so you will approve.
Okay, man. You guys have a good one out there. Thanks again.
All right, John. Thank you, buddy. Rock on, my friend.
Okay.
Take care. Bye. John Ford Coley of England Dan and John Ford Coley live on Rock On Radio. I'll give away a pair of tickets to see him at the Sellersville Theater, February 22nd. All you have to do is go to the Facebook event on Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2 or
Lou, hurry, call so you can get the tickets.
I'm going in the other room.
I'll
be right back.
Go into the Facebook event and just put JFC, and we will randomly suggest you do whatever you want there, Lou. Go ahead. But you're Lou. Look, we got another phone call.
Wow, that was quick.
See? Yeah, right. Hello, welcome to Rock On Radio. Who's this?
Awesome. This is Kelly Kay. I was just trying to call in a little bit ago.
Kelly K. How are you?
Yep. I'm great. How you doing?
Hi, Kelly.
I'm assuming you know
Hi.
this person, Josh.
Yes.
This is Kelly K. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Kelly. Wow, it's nice
I'm
to hear your
watching
voice.
you right now too. Huh?
It's nice to hear your voice.
Yeah, I thought I'd call in because I never really got to talk to you, just watching videos like you know. So.
Aw.
Where are you
I
from,
wanted to tell
Kelly?
you your album. Oh, I'm from Ohio. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, but I lived a long time in West Virginia. We kind of moved over there, and now we're back. So.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I have probably an accent.
I picked up on the accent a little bit. So go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
living so long in West Virginia did that.
Okay, go ahead. You had a question for Josh?
But I don't have a question. I wish I did, but I just want to say he knows I love his music. I've been trying to buy more CDs as much as I can. But his music is, I'm so glad I found it. That's all I got to say. Because I didn't know nothing about him, and I stumbled upon him, and I'm like, wow. And then the new album coming out, I got wind of it. It's got the Black Hearts. I'm like, oh my God. So he's, and then to find out that was a dream come true, that's freaking incredible.
Thank you so much.
Do you have a copy of Josh's?
Yes, I do. I have one. I got one for a friend of mine, so I bought two of the new one. I got some of his older ones, a couple. I think I got two. He's got one he's sending me now. Can't wait to get it in my hands. And I'll be ordering, I think, maybe two more. I think he has that I need. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a total of 6.
I'm so glad when I was listening to him say he kind of was losing, wasn't sure if he was going to keep with music. And then I was like, look what you did. You might have doubted yourself or something, but you, like you said, the universe, bam, showed you what you can do. It's like you're meant to do that. Because, to have your dream come true is just beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, Kelly. Thank you.
I want to say thank you. He knows I said thank you. I appreciate him doing that birthday shout out. That surprised the crap out of me. I was like, oh my God. Sitting there watching it on my birthday, had my birthday beer, and I about spilled my beer when everybody said happy birthday to me.
Oh, don't spill your beer. Don't do that.
Kelly, do you want to Kelly, do you want to share?
But I had a great night.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you wanted to share what happened, but I could tell you, I can tell you guys too.
Yeah,
So I had rehearsal with the Blackhearts with Tommy and Gary in New York City, Kelly. It was Kelly's birthday, so I asked Gary and Tommy to wish her a happy birthday. So we did it live too, like a live feed thing, and she was watching and she was just like,
it was
Very
cool.
I
was not. I said it like off cuff, and I thought, yeah, they're gonna be too busy. They ain't gonna get anything. It ain't gonna happen. And then they did, and I was like, holy crap! Could not believe it. So that was really.
Hey,
wild.
pay it forward. Pay it forward. So
that's it.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. All right, thank you, Kelly, for calling Rock On Radio. Okay. It's greatly appreciated. All right. You rock.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kelly.
Rock on.
You too. All right. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Bye.
609-241-7103. Remember we talked about at the beginning of the program? That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah.
You touched one person.
Yes, absolutely. And you're right. Yeah.
You touched one person, man. And I always said with this program, if I could, I remember when I first started back in April 2009, I said, we'll give it a shot. We'll try. Maybe I'll do it once a month. And my nephew said to me, he said, no, man, you got to do it at least once a week. And people need to know it's consistency. Try. I don't know if I'll be able to get that many artists to come on my show. I mean, I know bands, but who knows? Here it is 10 years later.
See, look at that.
And I'm still getting people coming on the program. But, you never know. You just never know. And I always said, if I could touch one person or help them sell one more CD or expose their music to someone, then.
Or even better yet, no.
Yes.
Instead of,
that was such a cool phone call from her.
Yeah. Or just know that what you're doing is on purpose. Because how do you know? Because you're doing it.
Or has a purpose.
It has a purpose. Yes.
One or the other. Yep. Why don't we do some music? It's time. It is time.
Play?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not? Again, if you're just tuning in, Rock On Radio. Our guest is Josh Zuckerman. Ooh, there we go. And woo, that's rock and roll.
So, are you gonna play a song off the CD too?
I can do whatever you want.
Okay, so if you're gonna do, because I was thinking maybe it might be better to play the single off the CD because that's its real experience. And then so if I'm gonna play acoustic, I'll play My Hallelujah, which is another song off the CD, which is one of my favorites.
Okay.
So it goes like this. I was hanging on the wing of a prayer, trying to make more sense of life, hoping not to fall out of place and be left dancing on my own. Moving forward, much about to face all my fears and insecurities, all the tears falling from my eyes, all not sadness but really grace. Come on, sing a little song with me. Yes, I'm ringing in my hallelujah, all the joy and happiness it brings. No more fears and feeling all alone. Come on, dance a little dance with me. Yes, I'm dancing in my hallelujah. I am loving as I'm proud the king of my world and never be alone. Yes, I go with the flow. Yes, I go with the flow. Whoa, let's be eternally so grateful. Whoa, let's be eternally. I believe that the universe is a kind and friendly place. As I sit still and I watch beauty unfold before my eyes, without borders and without a race. All what's left here is the love. No religion, so we must embrace. All what's truth is that we all are one. Come on, sing a little song with me. Yes, I'm ringing in my hallelujah, all the joy and happiness it brings. No more fears and feeling all alone. Come on, dance a little dance with me. Yes, I'm dancing in my hallelujah. I am loving as I'm proud the king of my world and never be alone. Come on, sing a little song with me. Yes, I'm ringing in my hallelujah, all the joy and happiness it brings. No more fears and feeling all alone. Come on, dance a little dance with me. Yes, I'm dancing in my hallelujah. I am loving as I'm proud the king of my world and never be alone.
Josh Zuckerman here on Rock On Radio. We got a phone call. Oh, hello. Welcome to Rock On Radio. Who's this? Hello.
Hello.
He called and then hung up. Well, at least you
It
got
was
the
my
call.
mom.
I know. My mom does that to me too. She'll call up and hang up. I know where you live. Actually, I just spoke to my mother. One night we did that. Somebody hung up on us, so we called him back. That's what goes on here.
I can't call this one back. It was anonymous.
It was anonymous. Oh, it might have been Ian Anderson. That's how his phone calls come in. Our guest tonight is Josh Zuckerman. Now it's his song called
My Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Great new disc, Gone with the Music, featuring members of Joan Jett's Blackhearts here, Tommy Price and Gary Ryan. So tell us a little bit about how you got started in music. I mean, what
Yeah, I mean,
you said you picked it up when you were 14.
yeah, so I'm a Leo, so I like attention. So as a kid, I used to, I memorized like the whole movie of Star Wars and did like a whole back then it was like an 8-track tape where I actually did all the voices of Star Wars.
Did you?
Yes.
Like who?
All of them.
Can you still do them?
No.
Why not?
No, I mean, Yeah,
but I
yeah.
can't even do that. Sometimes I can do Chewbacca.
And then it was like Grease. I memorized Grease, and then Saturday Night Fever was my first R-rated movie I went to, and of course there was music in that, and I loved the Bee Gees, and then I was into classical music. My mom wanted me to play violin, so at age 8 I played violin. It was a Suzuki method, so which trained me how to play by ear.
Okay.
So I never learned how to read notes. So for me, that I was always insecure about that as a musician, because I didn't feel like I was a true musician because I didn't really know how to read music. But it wasn't until later on in life that I really had like appreciation for that, because of that, it was more like just based on feeling rather than intellect.
Right.
Knowing, like, in fact, even to this day, like, people who are trained musicians will say like, that's not right. You should, I was like, that's what I feel, and like, okay, and I have like this argument with them, but it's just like, I'm just going by, I trust this is what I feel. So there's no right or wrong in music. You know what I mean? I mean, there's, the skilled way to do certain things maybe, but I think also, and I think Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks always had that little, feud going on, because Stevie Nicks was also very organic and she just felt the music, and where Lindsey was more trained, and they would like have that kind of, fight too. But anyway, so basically I took Suzuki method violin, and then at the age of 14, I put my violin under the bed. My mom literally would not talk to me for like weeks. She was so upset because I decided I wanted to pick up the guitar after Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll. I was in 8th grade. 8th grade, listening to, I was listening to this, the music on the bus, and it was I Love Rock and Roll over and over again, because it was a hit back then. And I was like, who is this? What is this? And I was intrigued. So I went to the store, the library at the school, and all the I Love Rock and Roll albums were checked out. So Bad Reputation was there. So I decided to check that out. And I played that album nonstop, back and forth, all, like 50 times probably. And then when I Love Rock and Roll was available, I picked that one up, and I just became a huge fan. And there was something about Joan. I just felt like she was just really, I don't know, something spoke to me from her, like just as far as who she was and the way she just was. She was a great front woman, like just, the way she performed and how she was, she had such great eye contact with the audience. And I felt like I learned from her from that, just because for me, like, that's such an important thing when I'm performing. I love to have eye contact with the audience. And I learned it from, from Joan and from Kiss and from watching see, back then, I feel like people really put on a show too. It wasn't just like putting on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and just playing music and just like, not even really caring if there was an audience or not. For me, I mean, because of my Leo trait, I love to perform and I love the attention. So it's like, it's just, that's what got me to start. And then actually, also I wanted to be liked, I mean, as a kid, no one really paid attention to me. But then when I decided to grow my hair long and play guitar, everyone started to want to be my friend. And that was like, oh, that's, people like me. Okay. So it was a false way of getting, of course, attention, but I still got it. And then later on, I decided to put my first, I don't know.
He's at a loss for words.
I know. Oh my gosh, I talk a lot, don't I?
That's why you're here. Talk away. We got 2 hours. We got an hour.
No, but I don't want to bore people. So anyway, so that's
that's why they're here, to find out about you.
To fall asleep. No, so then so basically I picked up a guitar at 14. And I joined. I joined my first band at 16 called The Rider.
The Rider.
Rider. RYDER.
Where'd you grow up?
St. Louis.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yes, and we played the Battle of the Bands when I was 16, and I remember I had this long white trench coat on, and I played bass guitar for a while, and then I played guitar, and then I didn't feel confident in my vocal ability. So, I mean, we had another singer and I was just backup singer. And then eventually I became a singer, kind of like the story of the Runaways with Joan. It's kind of cool. Joan became like,
uneven parallel.
I know, right?
Like Josh Zuckerman.
Yes. And then, I mean, after that, I was in a band called Static. And then after Static, I was in a band called Kid Gloves, and then a band called, Joshua Song. And that was the first point where like I was thinking like, oh, maybe I've always kind of wanted to
confront a band.
Yeah, like I confront a band, exactly. And then
how'd you wind up in Jersey?
So I was 19. I graduated from high school, and my mom had a job transfer to move to New Jersey. And so she and my dad moved here first, and I stayed back in St. Louis. And because I was in a band in Joshua's Song, it was called, and played some, shows and whatnot. And I always thought that if this band doesn't work out, I'm going to try to move to New Jersey, because at that point, Bon Jovi, Springsteen, Skid Row, a lot of bands were coming out of Jersey. So at that, it's like,
Sebastian Bach.
So I thought, I'm going to move to New Jersey to become a rock star. So I came out here, and then I was in a band for a long time called China White, and we played all over the local scene here in New Jersey. All the popular clubs, Club Benet, Cricket Club, Studio One.
Oh yeah. Club Benet.
Yes. Stone Pony. Actually, in 1992, we opened up for Joan Jett, which is
Did you?
Yeah, which is really cool.
Dude, you got a heavy duty Joan Jett connection.
I know. That was an amazing thing. At that point, I remember thinking like, okay, there's nothing better than this right now.
I have a friend who I've known since I was 18, and he was telling me he used to travel for work for where our company and where we worked, and he told me one time he was in Dallas, Texas. He was in a hotel. He'd been drinking at the bar, and he's all alone in the elevator. The door's open, and in comes this woman who's kind of petite. She's cursing a blue streak, complaining about everything. Every other word was this, that. She would have been bleeped consistently. And he's like looking at her. He's like, "Yo, you're Joan Jett." "Yeah, what about it?" It was just the two of them in an elevator. Yeah. And he said she was so funny. He goes, I met her for all of about 45 seconds in an elevator, but he goes, I could have wrote a book.
That's
so yeah, it's just,
I've met her, and every time I've met her, she's been awesome.
Yeah.
She's such a
that's
nice,
what I hear.
really nice, down to earth, very authentic person.
That's
and shy, kind of shy.
Really?
Really cute. Yes.
He said she was so mad about something that happened. I don't know if it was a show or what, but she was like, I guess he just happened to be the guy in the elevator.
Yeah.
So, and me being a musician, he knew as soon as he got back, he's like, "Danny, you're not gonna believe what happened."
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, "Did you get her autograph?" He's like, "I was afraid to ask." But yeah, so well, that's good that you were able to take your fortunes from there to here. Now, is your mother still with us?
Oh yes, I'm very blessed. She's 87.
Okay,
and she's more famous than I am. Everyone loves her. I post I'm playing a show and I'll get a certain amount of likes, but I post something about my mom and it's like everyone is
3,000.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
more than that.
So she didn't talk to you for a couple of weeks when you put the violin under the bed.
Yes.
Now,
but then I incorporated the violin into my music and she was happy.
I was gonna say, what's she think now of you? With
30 years later, she decided to start talking to me again. No, but no, yeah, she's always supported me, always, with music, because she's also an artist in her own, right. So she's, how they always say your parents live vicariously through their kids. I kind of think that that's what was happening too with my mom. So she just always supported me with my music and everything. So I was very blessed with that. So yeah, I mean, and to this day, like she's gonna be 87, and she'll be at the Saint in Asbury Park on
Nice.
Saturday, next Saturday.
Fantastic.
So I mean,
gotta love that, Art.
And she's going to see.
I look
get
87.
This. Oh, and get this, she's going to see Kiss with me. We got Kiss tickets. Yes.
Where is that show?
Madison Square Garden.
At the Garden.
At the Garden, she's gonna go. She's the one that told me. She goes, Kiss is having a farewell tour. I'm like, yeah, I heard, but I'm not sure if I want to go. And I don't know. And she's like, oh, okay.
This is like their 5th farewell tour. You realize that, right?
Yeah. Apparently, this is the real deal.
Apparently, yeah. That's it. That's what they're saying.
It's the ATM tour,
right? Yeah. It's the geriatric version. Why don't we do some more music? You want to do one off your disc, you said? Or you want to do another one live? You tell me.
I can do a live one.
Yeah, go ahead. Why not?
Let's see.
If you're just tuning in, this is Rock On Radio. I am Danny Coleman, engineer artist here. Our guest is Josh Zuckerman. If you want to go to the Facebook event, like our sponsor, Jody Weber, who said it sounds great here in California. Jody, what are you doing in California? Loves that she heard
avoiding the cold.
Loves that she heard John Ford Coley. They were one of my favorite groups. Well, good. I'm glad, Jody. All you got to do is go to the Facebook event for Josh Zuckerman or to my Rock On Radio page and just put down JFC, and you will be entered into a free ticket giveaway for tickets for John Ford Coley at the Sellersville Theater, February 22nd.
Nice.
So, Lou is like
Lou wants to go.
Lou's got like 6 cameras going on over there.
I know.
Different angles. Got a whole makeup crew out in the what do you got there?
So, huh? Really?
Up. What is up? What
Okay.
album's that off of?
Okay.
Oh, that's on this
It's
one.
off the new one.
That's off the new one. Okay.
Oh God, that's a hard one to do.
Well, we could do that off the disc.
Yeah,
when,
maybe do. Can we do that?
We'll let we'll have Art cue that up while you're doing whatever you're doing now.
Yeah, there's this part in the song of Up that I have to really sing high, and I'm just so like relaxed and chilled. I don't know if I want to like too try to
That's what we specialize
scream
in.
up.
Relaxing and chilling here on Rock On Radio. What's this?
So this one is called Monogamy. This is another one of my favorites.
Okay. It's off the new disc as well.
Yeah. Is it overrated? A choice, it's complicated. Trust is essential to me. Break that, and I'll have to do what's necessary. Can we commit to each other, not wanting anyone else? I'll please you and you please me. With that, I only wanna make love. I only wanna make love to you. You only wanna make love. You only wanna make love to me, monogamy. These games people playing, respect is always a win. You're not my territory. Let it be 2 of us and not 3. Caring is on 1 degree. Mistaken as jealousy. It's all fun, fine and dandy, as long as there's no one else invited in this ceremony. Can we commit to each other, not wanting anyone else? Can you just be my life partner? Because I only wanna make love. I only wanna make love to you. You only wanna make love. You only wanna make love to me, monogamy. Trumpet solo. If we can visit each other, not wanting anyone else. Can you just be my life partner, or just be by yourself? Can we commit to each other, not wanting anyone else? I'll please you and you please me. With that, I only wanna make love. I only wanna make love to you. You only wanna make love. You only wanna make love to me. I only wanna make love. I only wanna make love to you. You only wanna make love. You only wanna make love to me. I only wanna make love. I only wanna make love to you. You only wanna make love. You only wanna make love to me, monogamy.
Josh Zuckerman here on Rock On Radio. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Well done. Great set the other night at
Cafe Artiste.
Cafe Artiste.
Oh, thank you.
That was a great crowd too.
That was a really good crowd.
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
really
packed.
awesome.
Packed.
Joe Weimer. Oh my God, I fell in love with her.
Joe Weimer.
She is unbelievable.
She's
believable.
Speaking of Joe Weimer, she has agreed to headline the Rock On Radio 10th anniversary celebration at the Asbury Hotel.
Oh, nice. You have to let me know when that is again.
That's April 24th at
Okay.
the Asbury Hotel from 8 to 11 p.m.
If I'm not on vacation, I will be there because that is my spring break.
Oh, there you go. So far, artists who have committed are Radio Fiction, John Alberici,
Nice.
Joe Weimer. Unfortunately, Rick Winnow has a gig that night, so he cannot make it. Rick Barth will be there, though.
I haven't seen Rick in a while.
Yeah, and we've got a few others in the works. So it'll be a great night of music and a lot of fun. I hope people can come out and roast me if they wish.
I believe we're going to need to working on logistics for this.
Yes. No, we
Do we need Lisa Lampanelli?
Gosh, have her come out. Oh my, Lisa Lampin. I haven't seen. She's still.
We're friends on Facebook.
Are you? Is she doing anything these days? I haven't seen her. She was a hot comic there for a while.
She's so funny.
She's off the hook, but she was out there. So, who was your favorite? I mean, obviously Joan Jett, but what else did you listen to growing up?
Kiss.
Okay.
Definitely Kiss. Kiss, Joan Jett, Bon Jovi, for sure. As I got, later on in life, I was really influenced a lot by, I think Justin Timberlake's amazing. I love Pink. Pink's she's an amazing singer, songwriter, everything. Lady Gaga, another one. Just really
both
amazing.
Marketing champions.
Just
as well.
Just true artists too. I mean, they really deserve what they have. I mean, I do believe that. And I'm sure there's so many others. That's the thing, is there's so many amazing artists. And with like YouTube and all the like shows like yours, that just expose new artists and people that maybe never heard of other
Well, right now I know
players. I would say A-list players, but
we're all A-list players.
We are. That's why I was like, I don't like that word.
We're all legends in our own mind.
I don't like that word.
Now,
I do believe that.
Lou.
That's true.
Lou. Hello, Lou. Lou, how many people are requesting up? If you had to guess, 10 or 12,000? 4 or 5, but repeatedly? Well, Art, did you cue that up? Oh.
Oh, okay.
So like you've got the requesting.
You've got the fun. So you guys, you can just leave.
I'm not even needed.
Now I do.
Art's got it. All right. Well, for everybody requesting up, we're going to do that off of Going with the Music by Josh Zuckerman right here on Rock On Radio. 609-241-7103. If you want to call in, we can give you a copy of Josh's new CD if you want it. Sure. Everybody will want it.
Absolutely.
You might have to increase production.
Oh, that would be. I like that.
There you go. That's what it's all about. All right. This is Rock On Radio, and this is Josh Zuckerman, Up.
Life can be so hard sometimes if you don't get the lesson. It repeats itself again and again in new disguises. Trust me, hear me, see me beside you. I'm still standing here. I ain't gonna leave you in the fear and darkness. It feels so cold inside when you don't get what you think you need. I'm right beside you. No more hiding, see you crying. I'm here to wipe off your tears. It's time to lift you up, and it's the only way to go. And I know that you've been hurting, but you got nothing left to show. Promise this pain is temporary, so just take my hand and go. And together we'll go up. Together we'll go up. Together we'll go up. I can lift you up right now to bigger and better places. just know your love is. I am, you are, we are, they are, she is, he is us. It's the only way to be, it's the only way to go. And I know that you've been hurting, but you got nothing left to show. Promise the pain is temporary, so just take my hand and go. And together we'll go up. Together we'll go up. Together we'll go up. Then it feels like it ripped out your soul. Then it feels like you have no control. And it feels like a long way to go. Go up, and it's the only way to go. And I know that you've been hurting, but you got nothing left to show. Promise the pain is temporary, so just take my hand and go. Together we'll go up, and it's the only way to go. And I know that you've been hurting, but you got nothing left to show. Promise the pain is temporary, so just take my hand and go. And together we'll go up. Together we'll go up. Together we'll go up. Together we'll go up. Together we'll go
Up. Up by Josh Zuckerman right here on Rock On Radio. And on the phone with us right now, we have Laura. Drum roll, please. Hello, Laura. How are you?
Good. The only reason why I called is because Josh said call.
Wow.
Wow, I'm powerful.
Yeah, see? Josh said call. It
Okay.
wasn't that all those things that Lou said. It was you.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'm
good.
glad you called.
I'm thinking print a pound of 20s.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember this or not, Josh, but I've known you through Jamie.
Oh, from Jamie Golden?
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
Yep.
she's one of my best friends.
Yep. I know. And because of her, she's the reason why I got so into watching your videos, following you on Facebook, and just like dropping everything to watch you.
Oh.
that's a
Well,
beautiful
thank you,
thing.
Jamie.
Yep.
But, well, is Jamie watching?
I don't know. I don't think she is. She's
No,
always
it's okay.
busy. She's always busy with
She's
her daughter.
busy. She is. She's
But yeah, you. I just want to let you know, I'm really glad you continue on your profession because you're amazing. You have a great
Aw.
voice, and I always wanted to be a singer when I was younger, but unfortunately, I wasn't blessed with a voice. So it's good to see you doing it, and I wish you all the best, continued success.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Are you going to be at the show next Saturday?
I will try. I just actually moved from Howell, so I don't live too far. I used to live nearby you, but I moved out of Howell, so we'll have to see. I'm still unpacking.
Ah, well, it's going to be a really good show. So if you can make it, that would be awesome.
Well, yeah, I definitely am. That's one of my goals is to see you live. So that's definitely one of my goals. You want to call it a bucket list?
Oh,
That's what you can call it.
well, definitely come because Saturday's going to be like the most amazing experience, really.
Hey, Laura.
Yes.
They are. Do you have a copy of of Josh's new disc, Gone with the Music?
Not yet. I want to get it because the songs on it are great.
Well, it just so happens, Laura, that I have a copy right here in my hands that could have your name on it. If all you have to do is private message me at Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2 on Facebook or Rock On Radio 1460 at hotmail.com, and I will send you a copy of this. But I need to know an address.
There
to
you
send
go.
It to.
Look
So
at that.
Oh my gosh.
I will send you
That'll
that
be
and
exciting.
some Rock On Radio merch, and just to say thank you for listening to Rock On Radio and Josh Zuckerman.
Well, it's been a great pleasure, and good to talk to you.
Great.
And to Josh, of course.
Thank you so much for calling.
Have all the best.
Again,
you.
All right. Take
again,
care.
Laura, go to Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2, the number 2, and private message me with your address, and I'll send it out to you shortly.
I sure will. Thanks so much.
Rock
Have a good night.
on. There you go. Now she thinks, like, who's this wacko? Wants to know where I live. Where do you live? I want to come there, bring you merchandise.
No, that's awesome.
Whoa! You're out of control. Either that or she didn't hang up.
Now it's Joan. No, now it's Joan
Now
Jett
it's Joan
calling.
Jett? I hope
Because
so.
I'm such a good manifester.
Why not? Hello, welcome to Rock On Radio. Who's this?
This is Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
We are fantastic here with Josh Zuckerman.
Hi, Jen.
Hey, Josh. How's
Thanks
it
for
going?
calling. Good.
You have a
Thank you
question
for
for
calling.
Josh?
What is he going to be wearing this Saturday?
Oh, man.
So yeah.
you stumped him.
No.
Stumped the Zuckerman.
No, I'm going to be wearing a black
Heart.
black heart. Black heart, yes. No, I'm going to be wearing a black I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of like the material though. Is it like satin kind of like it's real
Knights in white
it's
satin.
going to be like but it's a black it's a really nice black shirt with black jeans.
Collared or t-shirt?
I'm sorry?
Collared or t-shirt?
Oh no, it's a collar.
Are you trying to match your outfit to his? Is that what's going on here?
No.
Well,
I guess we should all just say that she's my wardrobe person. So.
Oh, you're her.
Okay.
That's your wardrobe coordinator?
No, she's not.
Have there now,
That would be funny though, right?
have there ever been any wardrobe malfunctions there, coordinator?
Oh, of course. They've always been on me
Yeah.
with that for the longest time because I would play at a bar and they would just be like, "Josh, you look like a teacher. You need to look like a rock star." so
Did you
they're
put a little apple on your amp or something?
no, because they're actually the shows that I have not my all original shows, more like when I play like like bars and just being the jukebox kind of thing in the background. So when I play those types of shows, sometimes it's like happy hour right after school. So I would just like go right from and I feel like I'm just kind of like the background music, so I really don't feel like the focus is so much on what I'm wearing and what I look like. But they still always tease me.
You
and get
never
on my
know
case.
when that moment's
You're
gonna
right.
be.
That's
It's
what
the
he
hot-
says. That's what they say. So that's
It's-
what.
It's the hot for teacher look.
Oh, nice.
I
Thanks,
got my
Jen.
pencil.
Class dismissed.
Whoa, nice. All right, where are you from?
Denellen.
Ah, Dunellen, home of Roxy and Dukes.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah,
I'm hoping to play
actually.
there very soon.
are you?
I'm hoping to.
Okay.
If I do, will you come
To Dunellen?
to Dunellen?
Dunellen.
Dun dun dun
Dun, 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 dun. Depends on what it is.
Nellen.
I'm done with you, Ellen. Actually, I've never dated anybody named Ellen.
I don't even know anyone named Ellen.
I know a couple named Ellen. I know a couple.
Ellen
DeGeneres.
DeGeneres.
Oh, besides that,
Ellen Degenerates. Now, do you have a copy of Josh's new disc?
I do not.
Well, you do now.
Jen.
Yes.
Jen, we will send you
That's
that.
awesome.
You need to
Perfect.
follow the directions that I told the last caller, who was Laura. Right?
Mm.
Go to either Rock On Radio 1460 at hotmail.com. Actually, you can go to the
Oh, Jesus.
website. Go to the website, dcror.com, and email me through there your address. And I keep forgetting I have a website. See, Claire's not here to remind me.
it's also on the Rock On Radio page on COA Radio.
Oh, there you go. rockonradio1460@hotmail.com. You can get to it through dcror.com or coaradio.com, and email me your address, and I'll send you out some of a copy of Josh's disc. I'll send you out some Rock On Radio merch.
The Jack Furlong CD.
A Jack Furlong CD, because we have an entire case of them.
And my teacher wardrobe that she likes so
and
much.
Your and a 8x10 color glossy of Josh dressed like a teacher. And we will send out the infamous, all guests of course get the infamous Rock On Radio lube. The dial hand lotion. We have dial hand lotion. So we'll send that out to you as well. So
thank you so much.
Just for calling this program. Tell your friends about us. We'll be here all week.
Absolutely.
Till next time.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Jen. Rock on.
Bye, Jen.
You too. Bye-bye.
See that? Excellent.
I know.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Smithers, who is that man? Homer Simpson, sir. If you're just tuning in, it's Rock On Radio. I am Danny Coleman. He is Josh Zuckerman. That is Lou. Lou's he's like a mob boss over there, man. You're gonna call. So, all right. Websites, social media.
Oh yeah. So joshzuckerman.com is that's my website, and social media. I have a YouTube page as well. I have 15 music videos. So
do you? You have that many?
That many,
okay.
Yeah.
You have a YouTube page as well?
I do have a YouTube page as well. What's the name of the YouTube page? It's if you go to my website, you can actually click it, and they have all the videos on that as well.
Don't just put in Zuckerman, because I imagine the guy that started Facebook will pop up.
Oh, Zuckerberg.
Is that Zuckerberg?
Yes, but people do think that it's that. And and I keep getting checks from like Facebook. It's like thinking it's me.
Really?
Yeah, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
All the way to the bank. I feel horrible. It's all right. I got a statement year end for my taxes from a checking account I closed out 2 years ago. Go figure. I looked at the balance. It's zero. Now that I expected.
Oh, there you go. That makes it.
Yeah. So tell us, inquiring minds want to know, your gigs coming up. You have the Saint this coming Saturday.
Yeah, the Saint is this coming Saturday, February 16th.
With Martucci and anybody else?
Yes, Mark Tappan and the Dirty Shine. They're opening up.
All right.
And I want to give a shout out because he's allowing us to use their bass amp and also their guitar rig. So thank you, Mark, if you're listening. And then we're supplying the drums. So, but anyway, so it's gonna be awesome.
And anything after that?
Right now, no. I'm concentrating on that show. I mean, for me, there's I have other shows, but not full of all original shows that I'm promoting. So that one right now is like what I'm going to do. But we're both working on, because I don't have a management company anymore. So Lou and I are actually doing it together, just trying to get gigs, do it all like the
now you just kind of touched
independent way.
No management company.
Yeah.
Do you find that you're having just as much or just as little success now that you got rid of your management company?
Well, it was I think it was just time, because
well, the only reason I ask is because in today's DIY climate for musicians, I know a lot of people who have gotten management companies and they wound up booking them in the same places they were booking before they got the management company.
Right, and then you don't have to pay the percentage that they take and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing about that is that the challenging part again is because I'm also a teacher, so I don't have the time, dedicated to, because when you reach out in emails and whatnot, there's always that follow up thing too. You have to follow up and and so that could be a little bit, exhausting and challenging. But I think we can. I think it's going to work out. So I mean, I'm open to find a management company that's willing to help out, of course, if it's something that, is going to benefit me,
right.
And the music.
Now, see, fortunately,
we want to, one thing that's cool is that we definitely want to take this on the road. We want to go to places all around the East Coast. So, I mean, I've played in Rhode Island and Connecticut and New Hampshire not too long ago, and went to Virginia, West Virginia. Freddie's in West Virginia. So there's so many places to hit around the East Coast. So we definitely want to try to, get out there and play not just the Jersey Shore, but everywhere around the East Coast. I probably the next big show will be probably in New York City, I would think. So I want to do something there in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, the possibility. See, tomorrow night, I am going to be part of the town that I grew up in has now developed an arts council because the arts are pretty much non-existent. Wouldn't you agree, Art?
Pretty much.
Well, you're there, but that art is there. So they've developed a town arts council, and I was chosen. Boy, where do they get a load of me to be on this council? And I have our first meetings tomorrow evening.
Oh, cool.
And they want to bring music and arts and things back to the township. But the only problem is you don't realize the area you live in, you are in great shape because you have places to play your original music. You have bars that don't care what you play.
Yeah.
In this area, there's none of that. There's, the same 10, 15 bands vying to play in the same 6 clubs, and it's all cover material.
Right.
There's really not that many venues for original music. There's Champs on Chambers Street in Trenton, which caters to original music, but it's mostly metal. And then there's the Mill Hill Basement, which is mostly punk. So there's nothing for singer-songwriters. There's nothing for just regular, bands that play rock and roll or write rock and roll type music. Them two, not that they don't have those kind of acts, but that's not the majority of their clientele or the bands that they book.
Yeah.
There's a few coffee houses that do cater to original music, but it's nothing consistent.
Yeah.
So
I think we need Cafe Danny.
we do. We have to start that. Where can we do that? Your living room?
The Knot.
No, the Knot. I thought about that too. Same place I'm starting to host my happy hours. I've thought about hosting a singer-songwriter circle there one night.
Well, just like what Cafe Artiste is doing, how awesome that is.
Right. Now,
Just
Janet's
Janet, yes.
got a great thing going on there.
Yeah.
And it makes it warms my heart that I could help her get the word out a little bit and support that. And to see that crowd that was there the other night was just fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but speaking of which, Art, Wednesday, I have a very big day tomorrow.
Me too.
Actually.
I'm on your old station tomorrow.
Are you? Which one?
1460.
Really?
6 p.m. Yeah.
With who?
With me.
Are you doing a show down there?
No, COA. They're interviewing COA.
Oh, nice. Who's the host?
I don't remember.
Perfect.
I didn't set it up.
I'll give you directions on how to find it. It's not easy. It's buried deep in the woods of Burlington County. You might hear banjos.
Oh.
But it's tomorrow. I get to interview Doug Clifford. You know who Doug Clifford is?
I know that.
The original drummer of Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Nice.
So I get to talk to him tomorrow. And then I am also pre-recording an interview that will air on Wednesday, Power Your Life with Dr. Joanne White. She has asked me to be a guest of her program, and we'll be talking about rock on radio and COA and all things that way. That'll be Wednesday. Then tomorrow night I have that council meeting.
Interesting.
So it should be an interesting day. But who knows?
Yeah.
That's tomorrow. So again, that's Wednesday on Power Your Life. That's on Blog Talk Radio. You can find the link to that on the Rock on Radio page, on my website, or on my personal Facebook page if we are friends there. But tonight I have Josh Zuckerman in studio with me. Lou. 609-241-7103. Lou is our latest folk hero / superhero. What is your superpower, Lou?
He can get people to dial in.
He can get people to
Yes.
call.
He makes the phone ring.
What's your superpower? Your looper power.
I would say that his superpower is that he's definitely a people person, and he is not afraid to approach people and try to, to talk about
Strong
the
arm
music.
them into listening to Josh Zuckerman?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Everybody needs one of those.
Yes. So Kenny Laguna is Joan Jett's manager, right?
Okay.
And they've been partners since the beginning of. Yeah, and if you watch the Bad Reputation movie, the documentary, they show like their the relationship and whatnot, and it's like so it's kind of similar with he and I sometimes, because we fight like we're brothers, but
That's all right. You need that. Like I said at the beginning of the program, everybody needs a pusher. You need somebody that's going to kick you in the rear end and say, "What? Wake up! This is what you got to do, or try it. What do you got to lose?" One of the things you also said earlier.
He just doesn't like when I do it to him, though.
It's not my picture on
It's yeah.
True, but one of the things that you said earlier, I think, is a valuable lesson for anybody who's listening or will be listening to this program over the next week on our various syndicated outlets, is that you've got nothing to do or nothing to lose but to ask.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted Tommy Price and Gary Ryan to be on your album, you asked. If they said no, okay, you were no better off than you were when you wrote that email.
Right.
But they said yes.
Right.
The worst people can do, the worst thing that can happen is they say no.
Right.
So
and what stops people from doing that?
I don't. You know what it is? It's fear of rejection.
Absolutely.
It's fear of people thinking that they're a fool. It's
Right.
fear of thinking,
thinking that they're not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly. And I probably wouldn't have even done something like that if it was like 10 years ago because of that,
Because of that, right.
Because of that reason, and I think for me, it was like, I just, I focus so much of my energy on my thinking, because that really is like, this is what I believe, that you're the director, producer, creator of your life. You write the script and the characters all show up.
True. No, you're
as
right.
The writer. So
Mm-hmm.
exactly. So if your belief system is about a certain thing, the characters will show up in that way. And I feel like
you're right.
When you change the script, the characters change. And
you are 100% correct. I totally agree with you.
It's just, and it's not even, I wouldn't even say even I'm correct. It's like, try it for yourself and watch. Do you know what I mean? It's really amazing. So, I mean, and I know that, and just from my experience, when I'm in a negative space, I mean, that's when I, of course, get the slow drivers. I don't find the parking space. I
every time,
every time, right? Only 100% of the time, right?
No, you're right.
Right. And then, but like when you think of, oh, everything's going to be great, and then, it just shows up differently, And so I think like with those things happening, I mean, it was just like the perfect time for me, because I felt like, not only like, okay, so this is the thing, is like, not only when good things happen to you, right, do you also feel like you deserve it? And I'll be very honest.
That's key.
Yes. And I'll be honest with everyone here. I'll be candid that when those things happened in the very beginning, I had to work on that, on worthiness. Like,
I'm still worthy. I'm still working.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure like everyone's got like, that's the thing, is we don't come to this planet unscathed. Everyone has something, you know what I mean? No matter, I don't care who you are, Jennifer Lopez, Madonna, everyone has their journey and their things.
Speaking
that they
of which,
go through.
did either of them call me back?
Oh, let me check the messages.
Yeah, check the messages.
Yeah, no. So I'm just saying that, like, it's just for me, it was like, just, being able to accept that, like, am I worthy of it? Because I was like, oh my god, I don't want to ruin this opportunity.
Right, that might be J-Lo now. Hello, welcome to Rockwell Radio. Who's this?
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, I knew it. Oh.
Candygram.
Oh, come on, baby.
I got your message, and I figured, I'd call you back.
Oh, it's about time. But now everybody knows that you listen.
But Lou was actually like thinking, oh my god, is it?
This is our producer, Claire, on the phone right now, who you saw at Cafe Artiste the other night.
Hey, Claire.
Yes, I does.
No, I'm just going to say you all are slacking because you didn't put out chocolate. I noticed.
Oh, no, you're right. Art, how'd you let that happen?
Yeah.
I'm not feeling well today.
No, Art's not. It must not if you're not eating chocolate.
I'm looking. That table's looking mighty clean there. You guys are all slacking, not doing your job.
Can actually
I
see
leave for
Josh's
one day.
CDs. Claire is at home and she's posting things to our website and the
I
Rock on
am.
Radio event.
Thank you, Claire.
As we speak. So
Yes. I apologize. I could not be there. My daughters had a production of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory this weekend, so
Ooh.
we had one this afternoon. So
that
I
reminded her to call in about the
just
chocolate.
finished up and packed up the sound equipment and lighting and things. So I just didn't feel like making it in. Sorry, my dog is going crazy. But anyway, yes. Well, I'm enjoying the show. You guys sound great.
Thank you.
Even
fantastic.
without me.
All right, Claire. Well, thank you for all your behind the scenes work that you're doing as we speak and is evident by you go to the Josh Zuckerman event posted on Danny Coleman's Rock on Radio 2.
I'm getting notifications as we've been going along here.
There you go. See, you can see everything Claire has posted this evening.
That's right.
All right, my
All right.
friends.
Keep up the good work.
Hey,
All right,
thanks.
we'll see you next week.
All right.
See you next
All
week.
right. Talk to you guys.
Bye. See, you should have been Jennifer Lopez. She sounds a lot like Claire, though.
That was
She
fun.
does.
Could have been either one.
That was perfect.
Well, why
though.
don't we
That
do some more music before the time gets away from us? Here?
Okay.
You want to go off the disc? You want to go live? What do you want
Well,
to
apparently
do?
I have some requests
More
to do a certain
requests.
song that is actually not on this CD. It's actually on the CD before this one. This is it's off the.
This is called Prior.
Yeah, it's called Background Static of Perpetual Discontent. That's the
Ah,
CD prior to this one.
Okay.
But they want to hear this song called The Turnaround.
The Turnaround.
Yeah, and actually it's a song that I always do live. So it's, I don't mind doing this song. This is a fun song. And then maybe you could just play Gone with the Music at one point. If
Sure, we can do that.
because that's my single that I'm. All right, so this is The Turnaround.
It's track 1, Art.
All right, here we go. I know better than to say forever after what happened to me that cold December. You broke off a piece of my beautiful heart. I'm weighing in that okay. I'm okay. We're okay for that, I'm saying. Tore me to pieces and tore me to shreds. I'm thinking you now because I turned around. Solemnly swear not to do it again. Taking a vow because I turned around. If you take notice to my brand new style, thinking you must have made the turnaround. I guess I'm still trying to make some amends. Giving an inch and now you took them out. Put together pieces of my broken heart, broken deeply. If it comes to beating, I can obviously say no, 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 no. Sorry, I had a little hiccup there. My clouds have cleared, my sun has fully risen. It feels like sunshine upon my historical prison. In no way I'm giving anything less than good, so give me what I deserve. For that I'd be willing and ready. Tore me to pieces and tore me to shreds. I'm thinking you now because I turned around. Solemnly swear not to do it again. Taking a vow because I turned around. And if you take notice to my brand new style, I'll be thinking you must have made the turnaround. I guess I'm still trying to make some amends. Giving an inch and now you took them out. Put together pieces. My broken heart broken deeply. Better keep it tight if it comes to beating. I can now easily say no, 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 no. Win some, lose some, it's all part of a plan. Me falling down and getting back on my feet.
meet again. Win some, lose some, it's all part of the plan. Take a good look at me, now I'm a better man. A better man I am. Tore me to pieces and tore me to shreds. I'm thanking you now because I turned around. Solemnly swear not to do it again. I'm taking a vow because I turned around. And if you take notice to my brand new style, taking you months to maybe turn around. I guess I'm still trying to make some amends. Giving an inch and now you took them out. Put together pieces of my broken heart. Put together pieces of my broken heart. Put together pieces of my broken heart, forgetting deeply. Better keep it tight if it comes repeating. Back now, really say. Put together pieces of my broken heart, forget deeply. Better keep it started if it comes repeating. Back now, we say no, 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 no.
Josh Zuckerman here on Rock On Radio. That's often requested. Huh?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a cool video too. Actually, if you get a chance to see it, it's called The Turnaround, and you can YouTube it. And it was like a little, like, kind of like a cross between Rocky Horror and I don't know, like, yeah.
Okay. And Little Shop of Horrors.
Something like that. I love how my mind works sometimes. It's just like things, like, they go away.
If I physically wandered as much as my mind, I'd be like 45 to 50,000 pounds lighter. So don't worry about it. It happens.
Now I'm just trying to think of what it was. Though it was a cross between Rocky Horror and something else, but I can't remember. It's a great video, but there was like two things, but I can't think. Anyway, it's cool. It's a cool video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's what we want. And again, how do we find it?
You can go to YouTube and type in Josh Zuckerman music videos, and you can see like all of them there.
And your websites again?
It's joshzuckerman.com.
Perfect. We gotta like that. And I actually have a website now, dcror.com. Danny Coleman's rockonradio.com. I can't believe I got a website.
That's cool.
It only took 10 years.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter too.
Twitter. Yeah, what's your Twitter? Go ahead. Get it out there.
It's what? Oh, it's the handle? Oh, okay. At Josh Zuckerman. Okay. Yeah.
Instagram?
Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh Zuckerman.
Same thing. He looks at me like he's questioning that. Well, actually, you're both your people who called in actually sent me their address, so they'll be getting some Rock On Radio merchandise.
Nice.
See that? We've had John Ford Coley called in. He's got a show February 22nd.
Was Frankie?
Frankie was supposed to call. I'm not sure what happened there, but that's okay.
He might have called.
have forgotten.
Remember, there was the phone call while we were.
Oh, you think it was him, and he hung up?
Yeah.
You don't want to hear it?
Apparently not.
Yeah, but
And he was anonymous.
He was
so
anonymous.
I couldn't call him back.
I can call Lisa. Lisa. She's on this disc, huh?
Yeah.
Lisa Sherman?
Lisa Sherman.
How did that come about?
Lisa, I love Lisa. Lisa's just been a great dear friend of mine.
Take a number.
Yeah, and she's
we all love Lisa.
She's amazing, and she's just been a really awesome supporter of my music. And I called her and just asked her if you would help me with some singing vocal parts, and she's like, yeah, absolutely. So she came down to the studio and just actually went over her house first, and we went over some stuff together, and she came up with some really cool parts in my Hallelujah, actually, at the very end.
Nice.
It's beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, she's on there. And actually other guests I should give shout outs to as well. Matt O'Reilly.
Oh, Matt's on here
Matt's
too?
on there.
Fantastic.
In fact, he played the solo for Up and also the song I Wonder. And Jimmy Leahy from Dennis DeYoung's band.
Yep, Jimmy. Jimmy's actually been a guest of this program.
Oh, he's such a nice guy. And Jimmy's on there. And of course, Michael Geegan.
Oh, I use Michael.
Yes,
nice.
Michael Geegan played.
You got a bunch of heavy hitters on this disc.
And Steve Jankowski's on there too. He plays a mean like trumpet solo.
All right.
On that song, Saying Yes to Yourself. You have to play that one too sometime. Saying Yes to Yourself is one of my favorites as well.
You've got an all-star band on this thing.
Oh yeah, Linda Ronstadt's nephew played cello. Yeah.
Is he on the East Coast?
No, he did it remotely.
Okay.
He's in Ohio, I think so. But he played on the last disc.
He should pick up Kelly and come to your next show then.
Yeah, I know, right?
Don't you think?
That would be awesome.
I think that'd be fantastic.
He's amazing too. So I was really blessed with this album. It was great musicians, and the musicians that play with me now. You know, I have Justin Wiggins on guitar, amazing guy.
Okay.
He's playing guitar for me. This guy named JT on sax, he's playing with me.
Okay.
And Evan Shea on keyboards, who's an amazing musician.
Now they'll be with you along with Tommy.
Yes, and Gary. Yes, at the St. Asbury Park. Yeah, and Ricardo Rodriguez has played bass before. At the other show, and then of course Christine Martucci and Carolyn. I know. Is it No, Morrissey. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm saying it right. Yes, Brian. Yes, Yatoro was on the drums. Yep.
So you have a whole cast of people that you rely upon.
Yeah. No, I mean it's been really.
I think it's almost a necessity in music today. Whereas when I was a young musician growing up, when I had hair, I know you're thinking it. When I was a young musician growing up, you had your band. That was it, man. You had that same 3, 4, 5 guys. You didn't deviate.
Yeah.
God forbid you were caught playing with another band the following week. What are you doing, dude? You with us?
I know, right?
Whose band are you in, man?
I know.
How can you go out and support them? We weren't working. They didn't want to hear that.
Right.
Now today you could have a show Friday night and your bass player will be playing with somebody else Saturday night.
Right.
And Sunday afternoon. Next thing you know, you got to call and say, "Hey, look, I got this gig. Are you available?"
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is like. Yeah.
And it's
unless the money's in there, if I can be like, hey, we're going on tour and you're going to get paid this much, then they'd be like, okay. Money does talk with this.
Exactly. Well, you wanted us to get to the title cut, Gone with the Music.
Yes.
Right? You want to talk about this before?
Yeah.
Art
So
cues it up and...
Gone with the Music is my single, and then I eventually want to, do a music video for that one. And it's got a cool Latin rock feel to it. So it's like if Ricky Martin was in the room with
Jennifer Lopez,
Fall Out Boys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ricky Martin has a clothing line, right? Or Mark Anthony? Okay, Mark Anthony. I was wandering through Kohl's department store last week, and Mark Anthony's got this clothing line, and everything's quote unquote slim fit.
He's got the coat.
He's got the coat. There it is, right? There you go, Mark Anthony. And everything is slim fit when it comes to shirts, right? So why is it as I'm looking through the discount rack, because that's how I roll, I'm looking through the discount rack and I see Mark Anthony slim fit 2XL. Isn't it like a
oxymoron?
Oxymoron. So when I hung that shirt in my closet at home, I was like, what? Oh, well. Anyway, you got it, Art?
I do.
Things I talk about to kill time.
Hey.
If you're just tuning in, this is Rock On Radio. Josh Zuckerman is our guest. This is the title cut off of his brand new CD, and it is called
Gone with the Music. I actually have my own. Oh.
The minute you walked in, I started to stare at you. The kind of smile you had caught me as it lit up the room. I know it's kind of crazy, but for real I truly do. That you were meant for me and I knew I was meant for you. Now that we are here, let's move it to the dance floor. Feel the rhythm of our bodies as I want you more. Let's let the music and the beat take us so far away. We forget about what's real and what is fantasy. I saw the moon and the sun and the stars in your eyes. We were loved, we were one with the universe. I am lost with the music of the night. If you're right on, it is fun to just sway with me all night. Won't you just dance with me, dance with me? The music of your hips, the touching of my fingertips. Now we're together and the night is still so young. Music and the band, the DJ has now just begun. Let's keep it moving with the beats, we wanna hear some more. Don't worry, we got time, I think it's time to call the floor. Do you feel it like I do? I'm about to explode. Music goes inside our bodies and our minds, you know. Can you feel it in my pulses? It begins to grow. Keep on moving, keep on moving, let's put on the show. I swear it's love and it's baby. I'm here with you. Let's close our eyes to the beat and get lost in the dawn. I am lost with the music of the night. If you're playing, it is fun to just sway with me all night. Won't you just dance with me, dance with me? The music of your hips, the touching of my fingertips. The stars in your eyes, we were loved, we were one with the universe. I swear it's love and it's baby. I'm here with you. Let's close our eyes to the peace and get lost in the dawn. I am lost with the music of the night. If you're playing, it is fun to just sway with me all night. Won't you just dance with me, dance with me? The music of your hips, the touching of my fingertips. I am lost with the music of the night. If you're playing, it is fun to just sway with me all night. Won't you just dance with me, dance with me? The music of your hips, the touching of my fingertips. I am lost with the music of the night. If you're playing, it is fun to just sway with me all night. Won't you just dance with me, dance with me? The music of your hips, the touching of my fingertips.
Did I play that keyboard part?
He likes it so much, he's just going to play the whole album.
Nice. Why not? Well,
And we'll see you all next week. No,
now you've got about 30 seconds or so, maybe a minute, to tell us you have a clothing line.
Oh, yeah.
You
So I have
were
my own
saying
clothing
when,
line.
We cut to that. Yeah.
So I have, so my lyrics have been, you know, I've heard that they've been pretty powerful as far as the messages and whatnot. So we first came up with this one here that's like The one it's got Doesn't Matter from my song called Got Love. It's black, white, gay, straight, thin, fat, rich, poor. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. It's all about love, kind of thing. And on the back, I have a song called I Just Want to Be Me. And so it just says, I just want to be me. So we would literally be walking down the streets with these, and people would stop us and be like, oh my God, I love your shirt. People have bought these shirts just because of like the message.
Okay. So how do we find them?
Oh, so you can find them by going to Nick Peters and calling and saying, I want my shirt on your website. No, I'm kidding. No, the shows.
You have the merch.
Right now, we sell them at the shows. We're trying to work on. My web designer is trying to work on a way to sell them online.
Okay.
To make it easier and stuff like that. But yeah, at my shows. And also, this is a new one too. Who I am is I don't want to be anybody else than I am. And on the back of it says, say yes to yourself.
Perfect. Beautiful. Well, Josh, thank you so much, man, for making the trip and helping us out by
thank you for helping
being our guest this evening. Lou. You the man, Lou. I knew Lou. He's the new super folk hero. Next week on Rock On Radio, we have Well Wish coming in, another band from the Asbury Park area, Long Branch area up there. Thank you all for tuning in this evening. Art, thank you. Yes, Lou. What's that? Invite you back. That's right. Why not? Everybody. Again, Josh Zuckerman, going with the music. Pick it up. Till next week. Rock on.